Okay, it's going to be a quick tutorial on using Blender's game engine to make a third-person shooter. It can easily be modified to be a first-person shooter. And I'm not going to go over basics of Blender. If you want to know how to use the user interface and do simple things, you should go to their website. They have plenty of tutorial videos on how their user interface works and how to do certain things. But this is just going to be very simple on how to make the first person move around and have the camera follow. So the initial setup of Blender is different than mine, but right here to the right I've got the camera view. Up here at the top left I've got the top view, and right here I've got a front view. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the top view here, hit spacebar, go add mesh plane, and then I'm going to hit S and scale it out to make it larger. Then I'm going to do it again, hit spacebar, add mesh, and this time I'm going to go UV sphere. And I'm just going to use a ball as the model. If you would like, you can make an actual character, but that's a whole nother tutorial. I'm going to hit G in the front view here, Z for Z-axis, and lift it up. Then I'm going to go to this little picture that looks kind of like Pac-Man right here. This is a logic editor. This is where you do your video game editing. I'm going to make that ball an actor. I'm going to make it dynamic. And now I am going to start adding sensors. So here I'm going to hit add, and I'm going to connect all three of these. And where it says always, I'm going to select that menu and select keyboard. Then right here where it says key, I'm going to select that and press W. Because most games you don't use your arrow keys to move the character around, although you can do that here. But we're going to use W for forward. And then over here we want to go to the D-lock, that's your location, and we're going to want to move forward on the Y-axis, and this goes X, Y, Z, so the middle one, we're going to put that up to 0.10. Now if I go over here to my camera view and I press P, I can press W and you can see that the ball moves forward. Obviously if you want to make it faster, you can make that number bigger. If you want to make it slower, you make that number smaller. So I'm going to do that again, but this time for the key I'm going to hit D, and this time for the Y location I'm going to go negative 0.10. Going to do it a third time. Going to keyboard A, connect these, and we'll rotate on the Z-axis, so we're going to go to D-R-O-T for rotation, and we are going to go to positive 0.1, and now we'll add one more sensor, and that's going to be another keyboard sensor, and it's going to be your D key. I messed up earlier. Hold on, let's see. Oh no, I get it right. That's S. This one's D. Connect it here, and now we're going to rotate on the Z-axis negative 0.1. Now if I come up here, put my arrow over my camera view here and hit P, you can see I can turn by using A and D. I can go forward with W and back with S. So we got our character moving around. Let's mount the camera. I'm going to right click on the camera up here in the top view, hit G to move it over here, and then I'm going to hit R and rotate it, and then I'm going to hit G again and lower it so that I can see, and I'm just going to get it in a position that I like. And then I have the camera selected, I'm going to shift right click the sphere, and then I'm going to hit Control P, and it says do you want to make a parent? Just click OK. Now when I go into game mode, you can see the camera follows our character. We've already got a very simple third person shooter going here. I'm going to hit escape to end that. We're going to add one more sensor here, so let's right click on the sphere, add. We're going to do another keyboard sensor, and we're going to do spacebar this time. And this time we'll do location on the Z-axis positive 0.10. Now we have our character moving around. If I hit spacebar, he jumps. So we now have a character that can walk around and jump, and we have the camera following him. So that was the first very simple how to make a third-person shooter in Blender. If you wanted to make it a first-person shooter, all you have to do is move the camera up in front of your character here, and pretty much you've got yourself a third-person or first-person shooter. So now we got a third-person shooter and a first-person shooter, just depending on where you put the camera. So that's it. Hope you like this tutorial, and there'll be more to come.